This is Talk Off. Talk Off is a podcast where the three of us, Vinci,
Tata,
Ranu.
we sit down and catch up on what we've been up to. We talk about things we have learned and share some personal stories.
So today we'll be discussing about how much of an impact does our childhood have on the person that we've become today. And let's start by discussing how we were raised up. Ranu, did you have any rules?
Yeah, there are certain rules when we were small that we have it, like sleeping on time. School is more important than anything. Your mark is very important. Like, no, don't get less mark, you're gone. Like, there are small rules. So this is what I remember now. So what about you?
My rules were, I had really strict parents. I was not allowed to do anything, like even going out of the house for playing or anything. I had to be inside the house. Then for anything I had to ask permission. Even to eat something I had to ask permission. Then sleeping on time, that was a big thing. Getting up early, drinking water as soon as you get up. Then studying. They had made a separate room for us to study, which we had to be inside the room at all times. And yeah, I would say I had really strict upbringings. Like, I used to get beaten up a lot.
For me, my family really focused on education. Like, I had to be performing well in studies at all times. But apart from that, they didn't really focus on other things. Like, I can go out, play with my friends, but in a certain area. Like, I should not be going out much. But in the end, it was all about education. Like, if I'm performing well, yeah. Then we also had this thing where we had to ask permission. Like, if you're going to play or if you're going to see your friend, anything, permissions should be asked. And that's it.
So I have a question. Does your your upbringing is different from your siblings?
Yeah.
Yeah, even for me. Like, for me, for my siblings, they have to ask permission. If they will not, we are not allowed to visit our friends. But for me, no, it's fine.
I feel like it's always the older child who
Yeah.
gets restricted a lot more than the younger one, because I think that's their parents' child thing. Like, they try it on them and
They want them to be perfect.
yeah, it's like the first child and they want everything perfect, and later they realize, it's easy. You don't have to be that strict.
I'm the first child, but I don't have any of that. Like, in terms of me going out and then hanging out with my friends, they're more lenient with me than my brothers. And they let me go out more. Like, I'm the most outgoing person in my house now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So what about your parents? How were they?
For me, my parents are my mom is a strict. Even my dad, he's strict. But in childhood, right, my dad used to travel, so I think we used to sometimes not meet my dad. It comes days I will not see him. He used to be very busy. He used to all the time in the work. So my mom is very strict, more than my dad. Some of my stuff, my dad would not he is fine with it, but my mom was very strict for everything, your mark. So for our marks, you study, don't study, do whatever you want, but you can't come home back from the school when you are getting bad mark. And she used to do that after every, if we finish now third year, she used to get us cake, make a small party for us. So that is always encourage us to get good marks. So if you don't get good mark, then you are not cutting the cake with your siblings. Yeah. So, but my dad, I'm scared of my dad because maybe he does not scold me fast, but I am also friendly with my dad. You can discuss with him. It's not if he says something, no, it's done, no. If maybe he said something, he want to know your opinion on it also, what do you think? And he tell us, tell me if I am wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Don't just listen to me. If maybe there's something that you did it even wrong and I come and scold you, tell me why you did it. That is my parents, my mom and dad.
For me, I'm more scared of my dad. And I'm not at all scared of my mom. My mom is more like my friend. I can go and tell her anything, and it's always been like that. And my dad, when I was really small, my mom tells me that he wasn't around much because he was busy with, his business and all of that. So I used to see him occasionally and I used to get scared. Like, okay, he's home and I can't watch TV. I need to be more cautious. I need to be studying around him. And right now, I can go and tell my dad anything. And whatever I stand for, even though I know that it will be completely opposite from what he believes in, but I can go and tell him like, oh, this is what I believe in, this is how I'm going to do a certain thing, and he'll be like, okay, this is you, just do you. Okay, and that pushes me to make my own decisions. And my mom, she's more understanding. Like, she will ask me like, why are you doing this? And if I have a good reason, then she'll be more willing to change her opinion. But my dad, he's very adamant about things, but it's all right. Like, we believe in different things and we're all right like that.
My parents were, as I said, they were strict, and my mom was more strict. I was very scared of my mom when I was a kid because I'm telling you, she used to beat me, okay? She had this long stick, the sugar cane wala stick, and then I was a very obedient kid. I was very innocent, all that. But then she wanted perfection from me. If anything goes wrong, she would just beat me up. I think it was because of that. I was always so scared to say anything that would cross them. Like, even if I had something to say, I would just be quiet. And that's how I've become now. Like, even if I have something to say, and if I think, like, if I have an opinion, and if the other person is putting their opinion forward, then I just listen to them. I don't want to correct them, or I don't want to say, oh, this is not how I feel, because that's what I've been taught my whole life. So my father, he used to be busy. He used to come home late night and leave like early in the morning, but he was more friendlier, and he used to let us watch TV. But if my mom was there, then no TV, nothing. You had to be in front of the book. Yeah, I think that's all I remember. But we did have a lot of good times too. It sounds very negative right now, but I'm just talking about the negative things. That's why it's like that. We had a lot of fun times also. But yeah, that's what sums it.
For us, we used to have a very specific time for TV. Like, okay, you can watch like TV from this time to this time. After that, no TV. And I think we never had time because, like, even for me, even for my siblings, we have to go to the school, come back from the school, learn for evening classes, and then after evening classes, like, you come back, you start telling your mom the stories what happened in the school, finish that, then dinner, then sleep. And in vacation, we used to also join some classes. Like, we are always busy. Like, and for me, at least, I have a little bit time to like even like be at home. But for my brothers, they don't have, like, it's very like busy. And I have one more question. Do you think beating a child is fine or not?
I am very against it.
No. For me, I think it's fine if it's like, not harmful.
An occasional slap, an occasional pat in the back, something like that, or a full-on?
No, not like beating up so much. Like, imagine if my kid did something very wrong. It's fine just not to beat him very harmfully, but like, beat him up like, why did you do this, like that? Yeah. I think, like, I got beaten up, but then it's not like, like they beat me up very badly or something. No, but I know, like, okay, if I do this thing, I'm gonna get beaten up, so I try to avoid it.
I never got beaten up. My parents never laid hands on me ever.
No, I got beaten up from my mom. Like, okay, I am scared of my mom. Like, I know if I maybe like I did not listen to something, she'll just catch. And I used to run, and she used to run behind me. So yeah, and for most of my friends that I know, they always like all of them got beaten up in my school time. I think it's very common in Arab countries. Like, you will get beaten up from your parents.
No, I think it's just for me. I know my cousins who got beaten up, and we live in the same house, right? I feel like I'm quite fine.
You're fine, yeah. But if I'm not scared of my mom beating you, I'll do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, for me, if they say it, it's done. Like, I listen to what they say. That's it. They don't have to do anything.
No. I wasn't that kind of kid. Like if you tell me something, I'll just listen to it. No. Maybe because you are a very innocent kid who just listen like that.
Maybe. No, but I always had a big mouth. Like I talk back to my parents, grandparents, anything I'm not fine about, I just speak about it in a very bad way. I was that kind of kid, okay, but even then I did not got hit much. But about like, okay, go do your homework and then go play. Like I'll do my homework and go play.
No.
Fine.
Do that. I'll go play, then come back.
Or you got bad marks, don't watch TV for like 1 month. I will not watch TV
You
for
will
1
not.
No,
I will not listen. I'll go steal the remote, do stuff like that. Like,
I will do it if I know they're not home, both of them, then I will
try
do
to
it.
do stuff, a lot of stuff like, behind or like, and if she catch me, and I know maybe she'll catch me, but then I'll do it. And most of the time, like, I don't get beaten a lot, okay, but the time that I got beaten up because I fight with my brother. Like every time we fight, and my mom say, don't fight with hand. Like, he's a guy and you're a girl, don't fight with the hand. When we discuss, he irritate me, like, and he will be very calm, and that make me so mad. And then I go fight with hand, and then my mom's like, she beat me for like, raising my hand.
Even I used to get into physical fights with my brothers, okay? Yeah. But they used to be very mad about it. And even to me, to my brother, okay. But we never listened to that part. Like, okay, we just grew up and we stopped.
No, I always like, I was like, she used to tell me stop, and I never stopped. Like, after getting beaten up also, like, I'll try to do it and put the blame on him. He raised it first, but my mom knows he will not raise it. I am the only one, and somebody will be seeing me, and then she raised her hand first.
But there are times, like, I remember, all three of us would be crying, me, my mom, and my and then in the end, it's just like, chaos.
Yeah. And one of the things that I grew up with, that like, my dad, like if somebody did something to you, okay, like somebody beat you up and you did not do anything, you're not wrong, then don't come home and cry and tell me that person did that. Like deal with it there and then come back. Don't come with your heart broken. I think that's why I have this effect. Like I can't let somebody like to put me sometime very low or something. I have that problem. Maybe that's why I got even suspended from the hospital. Like if somebody is doing something wrong to me or said something wrong to me, I can't just be quiet and listen to it. Even if the person is elder than me, I feel like I have to tell the person, you are wrong in this thing. Because maybe even my dad used to listen. But then I feel like maybe I should learn when should I use it, when should I not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And nowadays, if me and my brother, if we get into a fight, like verbal fights, then my mom, she comes to me and she will tell me like I did wrong and I upsetted my brother. So I have to go and apologize. And I will go and apologize. Like that's how we, deal with problems now.
When they used to tell me apologize, I used to cry. Like I can't.
Even me, I could not.
Yeah.
You know what? I can apologize to my brothers, okay, but not to my dad.
Oh.
I don't know. It's like ego clash or something. We don't listen to each other and we just keep forcing our own opinions, and then I can't apologize to him. Yeah, that's the problem.
So in my house we had this thing where my mother, especially more than my father, because she used to be around more, she used to swear at us when she was mad. Like she used to say something bad, something really bad, okay, I don't even want to say it, and then it would really affect me if she would say something like that. It would hurt me so much, okay, and then I was in class 4. I remember I went to the washroom, I closed the door and I was crying so much, and I looked in the mirror and I told myself, like 7 years old, I told myself I'm never going to swear. Like it was just a promise that I kept, and even now swearing doesn't come to me naturally. Like if I just use some few words that doesn't have a strong meaning, like something like, calling someone an animal, like hey, you're a dog, yeah, something like that. That's the most I can go to. I cannot use some bad words because I feel like that's the reason why.
I had the same environment in my house, I guess. Like when I used to hear my parents fighting, or I don't know, any kind of fight, they would always be using swear words, and I used to get scared when I was a child. So then I don't use swear words in my own language. I do use it in English because I don't feel there's any feeling to it.
Yeah, same.
Right? There's no, like, I can say bitch, I can say I can say that, okay? And I don't even mean it in
I
that
don't
way.
mean it.
Yeah. Like it's so casual. But I don't think I can ever go back and use those words. Or even, talk in a demeaning way to anybody in my own native language. Like, we have categories of respect, and I can never go below me when I'm speaking to somebody.
Yeah, the same for me too. I cannot. Like how friends talk to each other, just casually, insulting each other. I can't do that.
Even
I have
me.
to give the respect when I'm talking.
When I'm speaking in Nepali, it's always like I'm speaking to somebody elder than me or at my same level. Yeah. And when I was in school, I think everybody would be speaking in, that language. And my friends, they would come and say, why are you not, why are you being so formal? And I felt like, okay, I have to feel it, right, to, start speaking that way. And I never felt it. Like, till now, it's the formal level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with very close friends, I cannot go to that level. I'm
Even
still the formal kind.
And I think the only person that I can speak in that way is my small brother. That's it.
Oh, for me, we don't use bad words, okay? There are some bad words when they used to like if I heard it in a school or something, and I'd come and ask, my mom said, don't say it again, and don't ask the meaning, don't say it, you will know. So I never heard maybe we used to say for sure bad words, okay, like you're an animal, like you look like a dog, like that, or like not even eat shit, okay, we say eat sand. My Arab friends over here, right, they used to laugh at me when when I used to be with them, sometimes I don't know some of the words what it mean really, and they used to say stop it, right, and I used to say okay, but I stopped telling them that I don't know. I just go and know what is it.
Oh, I curse very badly. I don't have to use bad words. I say you can go and die. You can, fall from stairs and break your skull, and then your brain can, If I get angry, that's how I swear. Like, that's how I take it out. It's bad.
Even now in English, when I use some word, I start learning it here. When I go back, when I use it, my sister, she just slapped me in my mouth because I used some bad word in English, and she said, I told you so many times don't use it in our home, and you're using it again and again. So we don't use in my home.
You know something about me? I cannot express anger. Like, when I'm angry, I'll just be in my room and I'll cry maybe. I don't know how to show it. I can't show anger. Swearing is not my thing. It's not at all. Even, saying some bad things, wishing bad for others, I can't. It doesn't come to me.
Maybe you never got to the level of anger.
You should take out your anger.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it has to do a lot with childhood, because I wasn't allowed to show, right? It was always the other way around. They would show their anger on me, and I was supposed to endure it. So that's how I think I just got used to the system, maybe.
I think you should show. If I'm not wrong, I'll take my anger. I'll just scream at the person, scold the person. I don't care. I'll just say whatever comes. And you know what? Anger is not good, because most of the time that you will say something, right, and you feel like, why did I say that? And you have to go and apologize also. And you feel like, but for me, I cannot handle my anger. If I am angry, I'll just do whatever I want to make myself relax. Maybe next day I'll go apologize, but I'll do at the moment. I have to take my anger out. I can't sleep, I can't do anything. I'll be crying whole day otherwise.
Even me, I have to process out my anger. I cannot sit with it, or I can't suppress it. And that will affect my whole day if I'm angry.
Not even second day. Maybe you will also get up and you will be like, okay, you remember, and you start crying. No. And you think you should take it out.
I think if I don't express my anger,
it will build up.
Yeah, it will build up. And it will always be there. Like, if I'm angry about somebody for a certain thing that they did, and if I don't go and tell them, I'm angry about this, then it will be there forever. Like, whenever I see the person, it will always be there.
Yeah, or for me, I'll avoid you forever.
Yeah, even me.
Either I will show you anger, or I will not ever talk to you again.
Nothing is avoiding.
But
if
it's not
something
good.
happens, then I'll just avoid the whole thing. I'll try
Till
to run
when
away.
will you avoid? Like sometimes you need your friends or you need the person, and maybe the person did only 1, 2 things wrong, right? So you have to just show them the anger and then just get over it. Better than avoiding. Even if you avoid, okay, when you see the person, will you not remember that person did this to you?
Yeah, it happens. That's how I've lost a lot of people, I think. It's because, I have that anger, but now it's too late to do anything about it or go talk to the person.
I also feel like, I only show anger to people who can take it. Not everybody.
Yeah, or for me, I don't show. Maybe if I value you, then I will. But if I don't care about you, then I will not come and tell you anything. I'll just cut it. But if I really like you or value you, and then you show me something, then I'll come back. But the moment that I will stop valuing, then I will not come and tell you anything. Do whatever you want.
I was a very angry kid too. Like when I was small, I used to cry. I used to, break stuffs. I used to take out the bed sheet and throw it out of the window. Take out all the clothes and throw it across the room.
Oh.
I was a very bad kid in that way. Okay, but nobody stopped me. They let me express my anger. And now when I get angry, it's funny. Like they don't take me seriously at this point.
I want to see you angry actually doing all that.
Even now I do that, okay? Even now at my home, if I get angry, I break stuff, make a mess, and then sit there and then, I think that is my way of taking out anger.
For me, I think I'll have to talk to the person, scream, just say whatever I want, bad thing, good thing, I'll just say. And I think from childhood I'm like that. Like if I get mad, I used to cry and go to my dad. Then he said, "Who did it? Come, let's go." Say. So I think that's because of that. I have to talk to the person who made me angry and say whatever. Is it?
I don't go to the person immediately. I let myself
calm down.
Yeah, I let myself calm down, make all the mess, and calm down on my own. It may take hours, but then I go through what I did, what the person did. I put them in my shoes. I try to look from their point of view too, and then if I'm still angry, then yeah.
Okay, one question. Do you guys have anything that you did and it was a mistake and you haven't forgiven yourself for that? Or is it you be like, for that was the right thing to do at that point, so that's nothing to be
worried about?
Yeah.
I think when I was small, I spoke back to my mom in a very bad way in front of my friends, and she slapped me. That was the only time, and I think I deserved it.
And you got your punishment.
Yeah, I think I deserved it. That's it.
Not like when you're a kid, something you did, like you're talking about forgiveness, right? So something you haven't forgive yourself.
No, that was very bad what I did. I wasn't that small. I was in my 10th grade, I guess.
Maybe I have, but I can't share. Yeah.
Do you have any?
I think there's one thing that I haven't forgiven myself, and then if anything wrong goes with me, then I always be like, I deserve it, and then I just move on. I don't even let myself be sad because of something bad, because I haven't forgiven myself about that thing.
I think you blame yourself a lot.
Yeah.
But I think really you have to work on it. I think you're just building up a lot of stress on yourself. I forgive myself. Oh,
even me, I forgive myself.
When will I not forgive myself? It may be if I blame somebody and that person maybe got punished or something, then I will not forgive myself, because blaming is not something that small. Maybe you will put a person in a lot of things. Sometimes we do blame when we are sitting, gossiping like that. But when it's the blaming, even we should not do that. But then if the blaming is in a
it
public,
has an impact on the person.
Exactly. Then I will never forgive myself.
I think for me it's I care a lot about others' feeling more than myself, and that's why when something happens, then I'll start thinking about how they feel, and then I'll be like, it was all because of me. I think it all goes back to people pleasing thing.
But and thinking how they would feel.
What did you feel when they did the thing to you?
Yeah,
You also felt bad.
In the end, if I have to summarize my growing up, my childhood, then I see a clear impact of how I express my anger, how I think right now, the things that I prioritize much. It's not something that I want. It's like education, okay, and it doesn't mean like I need to be the topper of my class or I need to be, getting scholarships. Nothing like that. More like I need to be educated, and that's something that they've always valued in a person. And
Even for me, studies come first. No matter what, your education is more important, than anything. That's why I feel like how I am right now over here. I know I am away from family, away from everything, but the first thing that I will keep is my studies, my education. And it does not, what she said, it's right. It does not need to be, I have to be the topper or anything. But then, maybe when I was kid, my parents really care about mark, but now I am in college. More important that, no matter whatever you are doing, enjoy, do whatever you want. But when it comes, think first, put your education first, no matter what. Even if it's in the future, marriage, even if you are married, make sure that you complete your study. That is something very important my dad taught me, and my mom also, you have to complete your study, you have to study, you have to have certificate, you have to have something, because whatever will be in the end with you, it is your
something for yourself.
Something for yourself. So my dad used to say most of the stuff is not gonna last, but then what you work in it, your education, it's gonna be there when you need something. So yeah.
And about education, I think the second most thing that I prioritize the most is discipline, and it comes because of education. How I was supposed to do my homeworks and then go out play and be up to date with my studies no matter what. I think that kind of builds up this sense of discipline that I have, and discipline is something that I carry with me all the time, everywhere. I think from there, it stems from my childhood.
Okay, something I've carried from my childhood till now is, I think, respect and respecting others and having self-respect. I think that's one of the biggest thing. Even till now, disrespecting others, it's something my parents have always taught me never to do it, and it has stayed with me.
Okay, that's it for this episode. See you next time. Bye.
Bye. Don't forget